different media platforms. On behalf of the Commission, I wish to welcome you all to this briefing of the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all aware that the fourth and final phase of the voter registration exercise, which commenced on 9th November 2020, will be concluded today, 12th December 2020. The purpose of this briefing is to update you on the way forward with regards to voter registration exercise, which the Commission has undertaken in the past 1 month. Allow me to speak to some statistics. In the last update, the Commission announced a total number of 4,321,319 that had been captured during phase 1, 2, and 3 of the exercise. The Commission is yet to consolidate the figures for phase 4 of the exercise, which commenced on Thursday, 3rd December 2020, and ends today, 12th December 2020. In this regard, the cumulative number of registered voters will be announced on Tuesday, 15th December 2020, to allow for consolidation of data from the various registration centers across the country. Allow me to also mention that this has been the practice even for the other phases. It's just that those were running, and we'll always announce after 2 days when we consolidate the data. And it's not different this time around. So as you're fully aware, registration is already underway as we speak now. So we need to ensure that the phase closes before we update you with the numbers, lest we mislead the nation. Allow me, however, to mention that the Commission is highly encouraged by the numbers captured in phase 4. So far, I think we are at a very good place as a Commission, and we are really encouraged by the numbers that have been captured in the 4th phase. Let me also thank the many stakeholders that have helped in pushing for this, political parties being one of them, civil society organizations, and indeed the citizens for mobilizing themselves and turning up in masses to register. It's extremely encouraging from the Commission's perspective. Allow me also, as I'm on the topic of statistics, to talk to something that keeps coming up. This is with regard to disaggregated data. We did speak to this in our previous briefings, but I will again highlight this issue. The Commission takes note of the cause for disaggregated data for registered voters per province. However, as earlier communicated, this data will only be made available at the end of the registration exercise. The current registration allows for a voter to register from anywhere and to vote from the preferred polling station. This is important to note. Therefore, the disaggregated data will only be available after the consolidation and cleanup of the register. That is when we'll know exactly where one is registered to vote. And this is very, very important. Colleagues in the media, please help disseminate this information. It's not that the Commission just wants to withhold this data. We don't want to mislead the nation. If for now I say Lusaka, for example, has 1 million registered voters, and after we do the consolidation and cleanup, that million dwindles to 500. What is the perception that is going to come to the Commission? The fact is that one can register from any point to vote from their preferred polling station. So the data that you have and that people are circulating, that this area has so many registered votes, in fact, it's inaccurate. That accuracy will only be attained once data consolidation is done and cleanup. That's when we'll know who's voting from which particular area and which point. Allow me to get to the point of voter registration extension. The Commission has taken into consideration the cause for an extension for voter registration exercise by some stakeholders and indeed the general public. The Commission had earlier indicated that it would review the voter registration exercise at the end, which would inform its next steps. In this view, the Commission has decided to extend the voter registration exercise. Please take me correctly on this point. The period of extension will be announced on Tuesday, 5th December 2020. The voter registration exercise will resume on Wednesday, 16th December 2020. This is to allow for a comprehensive review of the statistics as well as logistical arrangements. The exercise is coming to an end today, so we need to look at the numbers, total numbers that have been captured, and also be able to look at what other logistical arrangements we need to put in place, including a fresh deployment schedule, as the current deployment schedule was only for the 4 phases that were put in place. Again, most importantly, is that you may also be aware that our registration officers have worked continuously for the last 1 month with no break. The 3 days will also allow them to rest and recharge in readiness to resume the voter registration exercise, as I've indicated, on Wednesday, 16th December 2020, at which point we'll also announce the length of the extension. I hope that is clear. Allow me also to talk to issues that are coming up with regards to voter registration malpractices. And this is something we did speak to earlier in our earlier briefings. The requirements for one to register as a voter are that one must be a Zambian citizen aged 18 years and above and in possession of a green national registration card. The Commission, therefore, would categorically state that it is illegal for anybody or anyone to register as a voter if they do not meet these requirements. Any person who does not meet these requirements and attempts to register as a voter commits an offense which is liable to prosecution. And therefore, everybody that is being registered under the Commission is following the set guidelines as per the Constitution. Allow me also to give you a brief on the ongoing voter registration for persons in lawful custody. Voter registration for persons in lawful custody, which commenced on Wednesday, 9th December 2020, will be concluding today, Saturday, 12th December 2020. The Commission has also been encouraged by the response from the persons in lawful custody to register as voters. The number of registered persons will also be announced on Tuesday, because this exercise is still underway. In concluding, the Commission wishes to extend its appreciation to all citizens who have turned up in large numbers to register as voters at the registration centers across the country. We are really grateful for the support from all the stakeholders and indeed the enthusiasm and patriotism demonstrated by the public, and we do not take that for granted. The Commission shall ensure that all eligible citizens who present themselves to register as voters are captured and no one is left behind as the exercise comes to a final conclusion. I thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, CEO, for that.